I guess one of the biggest differences recording vocals on Suicide Silence. First off, I recorded 2 months straight. I sang every single day except for days that nobody was in the studio. We would take one day off a week. It was usually Sundays. I sang for 2 months straight. That's something I've never done before. I also had never recorded scratch vocals over the drum tracks. While we were tracking drums, the whole band was in the room together. I think in Doris' video on one of the segments, you can see that it's all of us sitting in a room together jamming with headphones on. There were times where we just go off and jam things that we hadn't even planned. There's a lot of live like screaming into a microphone that we weren't able to take out of some of the drum tracks. And a lot of that stuff is cool to me, man. It gave a different environment to feel the song in. It really brought me into that room every single time I would hear the playback and I was recording vocals. Another thing I did differently is there was zero punching in. Punch in is where, let's say I'm recording a big vocal line and I'll record like half of the line and then I'll record the second half of the line and we'll punch it in. That's what that's called for those of you who don't know, who've never recorded before. But basically, no punching in. So I was doing these songs front to back. Ross would start the track and say, go for it. Instead of like looking at the song as an artistic piece and thinking about how meticulous we were going to be with the vocals and where they were going to sit, it was a lot of drawing on what the song was about. Ross would look to me right before hitting the record button and say, he would usually be in the room with me, and he would say, what is this song about?
It's basically, I inquire on what the song is about, the lyrics, and make sure that everybody understands it and shares about it, or I'll reveal something kind of crazy about me that opens the space for safety. And I just try to create a really safe place for people to turn this off and open this up.
Why? That would be his question. He'd look at me and go, okay, why? And a lot of times the why, because the songs were so deep, were drawing a lot of pain out of me and a lot of anger and torment. And Ross would flip it and he'd help me see past it. It was a lot like therapy. Like I would sit there and he would give me a different perspective and I would, let my mind work its way around that. It's funny because all the songs ended up being about how much I actually love something, and that's why I feel so much hatred for it, I guess you could say. It taught me a lot about myself. It taught me how to control my inhibitions when I'm out in public, how to keep my cool in a lot of situations in a positive way and not in a way where I'm just being fake to somebody, in a way where I can actually enjoy the bad things that are happening to me, because in the end, it's only me that's getting pissed off about something. Being able to express those songs in the studio, it actually helped me in a lot of my outside life, which is an experience I've never really had before either. It was a really eye-opening 360-degree experience for me. Recording the vocals on this record was honestly one of the best things I've ever done in my life.
Fuck yeah!